Seems like something's brewing up, but today we're gonna be doing a little bit of an informational video. I like to bounce around with my videos, going from we're just kind of all over the board lately from everything that we're doing, but I always like to kind of take a step back and try and help you guys out so you can learn a little something on what I do. So today we are, if I can cut this, there we go. We were fishing at a pond where we were fishing frogs, and we were running into a lot of issues when it came to fishing setups. I didn't really have a super proper setup with me, and so I kind of wanted to talk about that today. You ever have this happen where it's like twisted at the top and you're just like, all right, come on. Okay guys, so today we're focusing strictly on these bad boys right here. Everything that you need to know about fishing one of these and how to get it done. And the reason I want to do this is, one, I love frog fishing. I've been doing a lot lately, so I figured I'd share this with you guys. And on top of that, I do get asked a lot by parents, friends, family, stuff like that, why I have so many fishing rods. And the way that I explain it to them is, you know, like mechanics, they have tools, right? In a toolbox, you have several different tools for several different reasons. You can't just use one tool for everything. So it kind of elaborates into what this is about. Alrighty, so before we get into catching, you know, a bunch of fish on frogs and having a whole lot of fun, I want to talk to you guys about the setup, and that's kind of the purpose of this video, is everything you need to know to get started frog fishing. Maybe this will refresh your mind if you're already an expert and know about this, and if you're not, if you guys are new to this will probably really help you out. So I'm going to break this down into 3 different categories, starting with the rod that you're going to use, the reel that you're going to use, and the line. All 3 of these are very important, and I'll kind of get into that, you know, as we start fishing, why, etc. So let's start with the rod. There's 2 factors you guys need to look at when it comes to having a frog rod, and that's these 2 things right here. That is going to be your length of your rod and the action / power of the rod. So the rod that I have in my hand right here is a Berkeley Lightning. This guy is only like 40 bucks. It's actually a really awesome frog rod for the price. It is 7'6", and it is a fast action, heavy power rod. And I love this rod so far. It's pretty new, as you guys can see. I still got the plastic on here, so it's still in the test trial error. But you know, why do I need this big of a rod? Why? Maybe it seems like overkill for fishing. Maybe it seems inconveniently long. But the reason that it's so important to have a rod like this is because when you guys are fishing these guys right here, you're fishing, you know, heavy mats, you're fishing lily pads, you're fishing all kinds of crazy cover where you got to rely on your equipment to get that fish out of there. So say you're fishing a heavy weed mat, you get blown up. Not only are you getting blown up by a big fish, but with that fish is coming, you know, like a pound of heavy weed mat and all that nonsense, or you get caught up in the lilies and you got to rip that out of there. It's really hard to do, and you know, just a medium rod's not going to give you the backbone. It's not going to give you the power to do that. So having that heavy power is really getting that done, and that's why that's super important. Moving into the length, you're taking long casts with frogs. You got a little bit of weight behind these. That length really helps you get a nice cast out there, and it also helps you get a good hook set. Having that length on a far hook set really helps a ton, and you know, it's just super helpful. So anything from like a 7.3 to a 7.6 is what I really like when it comes to having a frog rod. Moving on into the second thing that's most important is the reel that you guys are going to be using. When you're frog fishing, it's kind of like flipping jigs. You want something that's going to be high speed. We're making far casts, and we need to make quick hook sets when it comes to setting the hook with these bad boys. So you're going to need something that can really pick up that line really quick. So anything from like a 7.1 gear ratio reel on up is really good when it comes to fishing frogs. This one right here is 7:1:1, and that's pretty fast. I don't really go lower than that when it comes to frog fishing. This allows me to get that slack up and nail that hook set, and it's super beneficial. Last but not least, the most important thing when it comes to throwing these bad boys is the line that you're using. You guys really want to have good, strong line. Right in this reel right here, I have 50-pound Power Pro, I believe this is, and I use braid. Why do I use braid? Braid has very minimal stretch, and it gets the job done. I mean, the main purpose of having the braid is to just tank through all that nasty stuff. So when you're flipping those weed mats, or you got caught up in a ton of lily pads, this stuff ain't gonna let you down, especially if you get into that 5-pounder that's buried in that weed mat and you need to crank him in. This stuff is not gonna let you down. So you really want to have really strong line, and that's about all there is to it, guys. A lot of people don't think about, you know, how beneficial it is to have a heavy duty setup. Though it may seem like overkill and seem expensive or ridiculous, this is gonna catch you a ton of more fish when you're fishing heavy cover. And gonna throw on the GoPro, guys. I'm gonna show you guys a little tips on fishing frogs and a little bit more about this setup, but heck, let's catch some fish. I know I want to fish. I know my cameraman wants to fish, so as always, I bump him up and let's get it done. All right, let's get to fishing. This is the fun part. We're gonna get up in all this nonsense and we're gonna try and get some fish out of here. So our main cover here is lily pads, which is actually a lot more fun to fish frogs, and it's less messy, but I'm just flipping in and out of these lily pads. I'm giving this guy some just pops, and hopefully we get blown up here. Dude, I love how good this rod casts. Like the 7.6 just freaking wings them. So I'm gonna get this out of the edge of these pads, but there's one. You just straight annihilated it. Boom. Right there, guys. That's exactly what you want. And this right here is a perfect example of like the best hook set you can get on a frog, is when that hook just comes right out of that frog, pops right in there, and bam, there you guys go. Well, a little stud. Look at that though, he creamed the frog, holy cow. This rod, I love it. I mean, for 40 bucks, I can't complain. I just got whaled again. Oh, he came off. Highly doubt he'll come back on it, but he got off. His dog's always barking. There's one. I know, as I'm talking about it. Like so, oh, well, he got off right there. Yeah, it's all right though. That's why I do that. It's why it's so important. Like to me, having that 7'6" is so important. Like, I don't know if you guys really saw it because I was kind of talking about some other nonsense with Mike, but that fish, I was probably what, 30 yards away from me. That thing casted, and I was able to set that hook on that fish. Obviously not that great, but better than I would have with like a 7 foot or a 6.5 foot, you know, little casting rod. But at the end of the day, get out there and fish with what you guys got. I just got missed. Oh man. They're not eating it. They're just kicking at it. So this pond wasn't so toasty. We got a lot of blow-ups, but only like one hookup each. So we're gonna go try a different pond. I don't have too much time. We have like a half hour before it gets dark, but we're gonna head to another pond real quick and see if we can get a couple more fish. If not, I hope you learned something from this video, but yeah, we'll just see you at the other pond. Okay, baby. We got approximately not much time. Let's go catch a couple more fish on some frogs, boys. I'm on it. Keys to this place. Well, guys, it's just been, unfortunate day of fishing. The weather's been so weird lately, and just kind of took a toll on the whole video thing. We're trying to get out here. I've been trying to fish lately, but it's just not working in my favor, but we're getting there, I don't know. So unfortunately, guys, we didn't catch too many fish, but I hope, you probably hear that sprinkler, but whatever. You know, I hope you guys learned something from this video. I just want to get out here and kind of show you a good frog setup. Maybe that'll get you guys out there and get you frog fishing, because that's pretty much what I've been up to lately. Other than that, I apologize for the random upload schedule, guys. I try to keep it consistent, but it's super hard to do. Other than that, that's about all I got for you guys today. Do me a favor, if you want to check me out on Instagram or something like that, links are below. You guys know the deal. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode, and we will see you next time.